Hey everybody, welcome back to another late night of Dead Star. As promised, we're going to be doing a real match against people now. Let's see what we come up with. So this match I'm starting out is the Ithid Stalker, which has quickly become one of my favorite ships in the game. Out of all 9 of them, I use this one the most probably. Take out some neutral guys here to level up a little bit. I'm still learning the ropes of this game, but as far as I can tell, when a match starts, you have basically 2 options. You can either head out into a neutral zone and try and capture it, hopefully with some teammates, or you can stick around your home base here. And there are some neutral ships flying around that are yellow. You can take them out to hopefully gain some levels. And then you can also grab some of those green resources and pump them into your base, which not only improves your base's defense, but it also gives you experience. So if you like, building defenses and just upgrading your bases, you can still gain levels from that. And primarily you get those resources from shooting down asteroids with those green chunks in them. There we go, we pumped some resources in there, got that base to level 2. We'll add some extra defenses to it. And we've gained a couple levels in the process. Now we can head out into the other zones and see what's going on. Now the reason I like the Stalker so much, well, first of all, let me say, when I first got the game, I looked at all the ships. There's 9 different ships, and they're broken into 3 groups, kind of with different designs. And the second row of designs, the Ithid ships, they're kind of like biological. They're sort of like the Zerg of this game, comparing it to StarCraft. I looked at them and I'm like, you know what? I don't like the look of them. I don't think I'm going to use them very much. But then I tried them out, and I've tried all the ships out now, and actually I just like them the most, which really surprised me. But I use the Stalker a lot. Why? Well, they have their main weapon is this machine gun here. It's just kind of a short range one, but it's effective. But it's their other abilities that I really enjoy using. Let me see, what do I have? Right now I have the EMP burst and the cloaking device. I don't remember what it's called. Cloaking membrane, maybe? And we'll put some more, get quad turrets on this base. Alright, so the EMP burst makes a little electric field around your ship for a couple of seconds, and it'll knock out, or it'll basically make your ship and any other ship that flies into it, they won't be able to move or fire for a few seconds. So you can run right into the enemy and drop it on them like so, and they're kind of disabled for a couple seconds. So it's not great if you're in like a one-on-one fight, but in a team fight it's awesome because you can disable several enemy ships all at once, and in those few seconds your team can wipe them out. So I have a lot of fun doing that. Secondly, it has a personal cloaking device, which I'm using right now, which is great. Because obviously if the enemies can't see you, then you can just do whatever you like. What I didn't know, I used this cloaking device for quite a while, and I only learned very recently. There's another good EMP there, giving my team time to get in there and save my butt before I explode. What I didn't know was if you level up the cloaking membrane a couple times, it gains some very neat benefits. At the second level of upgrading, while you're invisible, it will also heal your armor, and there are very few ways to heal your health. The Astari ships, some of them have healing abilities, but other than that you just have to live with how much health you have. So you can cloak and heal, and that's great. You can run away from a fight and go back to full health. And then also, if you upgrade it another level, I believe it will give you a damage boost upon coming out of cloak, which is awesome because I like to, cloak up close to the ships and then hit them with the EMP burst like that, and then start shooting them, and so that would give you a damage boost coming out of the cloak. So Those are my favorite two abilities with this thing. It also has a seed blaster. You can charge up a little seed and shoot it out, and it'll make kind of a damaging field. And that's a good method of attack, but I just haven't been able to use it very effectively. I like doing this more with the cloak, the EMP burst. I think it's more fun and more effective for team fights, so that's what I've been doing mostly. If you get into a lot of solo fights, the seed pod might be more useful. Alright, we've got quite a few teammates here, and actually since we've taken over this sector on this map, there's one middle sector, which is the one we're in right now. So since we have control of it, the enemies have to go through this area to get to our other sectors and to our base, so it looks like we have a pretty good presence here. Now we definitely do. I've just upgraded it to the next level with the shipyard expansion, so now we're going to have some more friendly drones flying around. So as long as we can hold this sector, they're going to have a hard time getting any farther in this map. There you can see a couple of friendly Astari ships with their green healing abilities, keeping me alive. Thank you very much. I don't know, I just really get a kick out of cloaking into the enemy fleet and, and dropping the EMP on them. Thank you for the heal. Look at these guys. We are working very well as a team. Oh no, well I got a little too ambitious. That's okay. I got killed by an Astari Justicar. Those things are extremely dangerous up close. I'm not quite good at them yet, but I've been trying here and there. All their weapons are pretty short range, but if they get close to you, they have very powerful lasers. Let's see. Now we've switched over to the Valant Marksman. I'm gonna give that thing a whirl. This thing is very fast ship. Small, very quick. It's got that fast machine gun for a primary weapon, but where they really shine is their missile ability, which I've picked up. And let's see, we've also got the personal shield as well. So the Marksman's missile is fairly powerful for being on such a small ship. We can fire it out in a straight line, and it goes a pretty far distance. And if it gets a direct hit on a ship, it'll do a good amount of damage. And you can fire them like every 2 seconds, so you can just launch them all over the place. Now once you've upgraded that missile, beyond just unlocking it, it gets a new ability where when the missile detonates, and you can detonate it early, like I just did there, it'll launch out some homing missiles. So if you miss with your initial missile firing, you can detonate it and try and hit them with the tracking missiles. So it's a very good it's a very good long-range weapon, and that ship is probably best at long range because any of the larger ships will just wipe you out in a second if they can get a good hit on you. Alright, let's pull out something big here. This is the Leviathan, which I'm usually pretty good at unless I run into a bunch of Justicars because they can take me out with those big lasers. So this is the Ithid large ship, and how would I describe this one? Even though it's a large ship, I don't think it has the power of the other two large ships. It's more of a support ship, and you know, I like playing support classes in most games if I can. You know, the Astari large ship has those big lasers. The Valant one that we just blew up there has, you know, a giant beam weapon and a bunch of missiles and machine guns. So the Leviathan, the main weapon, fires a lot of seeking missiles very quickly, and they're not that strong, and they can all the missiles can also be taken out by enemy weapons. So I've found so far that I have a hard time taking out enemy large ships with the Leviathan, but with all the seeking missiles, it's very good at taking out small ships, as long as the missiles can catch them. Small and medium type ships it can take out pretty quickly. Also, like enemy gun placements it can take out at range pretty well. So it's good at taking out smaller targets. Now where this thing really shines, you can see now I'm using, it has not just personal cloaking, but a cloaking field. I can throw that out and it'll make all my teammates inside the circle invisible, which is awesome because you can sneak up on enemy ships or make them think that they have an advantage, and then suddenly, you know, you have 5 more ships pop out and go, no, you're outnumbered, you have no chance. So that's always fun. I think my teammates appreciate all the free cloaking. When you upgrade that cloaking field a few times, it also provides defensive bonuses to your teammates, which I'm sure everyone appreciates as well. Oh no, get away from me, giant lasers. Oh, they're doing a good job of keeping me alive. Now see, here's the Justicar killing me. I can't get away from him. And his giant lasers are just too strong. That's a one-on-one fight where they had the heavy advantage. So yeah, unfortunately this ship is very slow, but with the cloaking field, it's very useful in a team fight. Gives some extra defense to your teammates, you know, fire a bunch of homing missiles at you know, any small fighters flying around. It also, I haven't grabbed the ability yet here, but it has a short-range teleport that takes a couple seconds to charge up, but you can try and escape from a fight that way. If I had picked it up, I probably could have gotten away from that Justicar last time. Here we go, this is a good situation for me. Oh yeah, I forgot about its rail cannon. That big laser I'm shooting out is another weapon it has. It has to charge up for a few seconds and you have to aim it, but it's fairly powerful. So it's good in situations where the small homing missiles aren't cutting it. There we go, we'll capture this base. We have a pretty handy lead. You can look at the top there. With all the sectors we've been controlling, we're getting fairly close to controlling the cannon that'll end this match. And that's just going to make it come faster. So yeah, if you didn't watch my first video explaining how this game works, you know, we're capturing zones. If we can destroy the enemy base, we'll win, but I've played like 20 matches and none of them have ended in a enemy base being destroyed because it takes a long time to get all the way to the enemy base. And we never make it that far because there's also a time limit. At the top of the screen you can see as you control sectors, you build up your side of the bar, and if that bar hits a certain amount of points, in this case I believe it's 700, then you just win. Sort of a time limit. So whoever has the most control throughout the game will win by that if no one destroys a base, and I haven't seen a base destroyed yet. Alright, that was a pretty good match. If you liked it or like watching me play, then hit that like button, and thanks for joining me tonight. Come back next time for some more Dead Star.